The Kansas City Royals have arguably been the biggest surprise in Major League Baseball this year, and we knew Bobby Witt Jr. was good. But did we know that he would be this good? We'll break that down and much more in this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Peter Vryonis. Welcome into 3 Up, 3 Down. Today we're going to be discussing the young, up-and-coming Kansas City Royals and their superstar, Bobby Witt Jr. But it's not just Bobby Witt Jr. that is making an impact on the field for the Royals. But before we get into the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on this video for more daily MLB content. We're coming out Monday through Friday with content for you guys, so stay tuned for that. But Bobby Witt Jr. and the Kansas City Royals have been one of the biggest surprises this season. And not only are they surprising, they're fun to watch, and they're pretty damn good as well. So it's been great to watch them go to work on a nightly basis. It's a group that really likes one another. They got great chemistry on and off the field, and it shows in the way that they play. So let's not waste any time here. Let's get into the stats that I want to show you with Bobby Witt Jr. So these are his base stats, and obviously they look great on the surface. 152 OPS plus. So for those of you not familiar, he's 52% better than league average in the box hitting. He's got 9 home runs, batting average over 300. He's getting on base at a much better clip than he did last year, and the slugging percentage, we know it's elite. We know he hits a lot of doubles, a lot of triples. The home runs haven't necessarily been like rolling in for him, but lately he's been on a tear in that regard. So great base numbers there for Bobby Witt Jr. But the one that stands out to me is the wins above replacement. And let's take a look at those figures right there, because he's at the top of Major League Baseball. He's not 5th, he's not 10th, he's number 1. And look at the company that he's keeping right there. Mookie Betts, who he's tied with technically, but he's slightly ahead of him if we're adding some more decimal points, who is another great shortstop, by the way. Juan Soto being having an unbelievable season in New York. Kyle Tucker, I'm not sure if there are 8 better players than him in Major League Baseball. And Aaron Judge, we know the kind of tear he's been on. I made a video on him yesterday, so go and check that out. Gunnar Henderson, his coming out party this year. He's been crushing lefties. He's been crushing righties. He's among the league leaders in home runs. And then Shohei Ohtani, yeah, that guy's pretty good. He just signed the largest deal in North American pro sports history at $700 million. And Bobby Witt Jr., by the way, is signed to a very team-friendly deal. He's signed through 2030, and he's making just slightly over $20 million a year. And for the type of production that he's offering to Kansas City, that's going to be a bargain and one of the best contracts in baseball all around. So it's worked out great for him. It's worked out great for the Royals, and I'm glad that this small market team was able to lock up their young superstar for the foreseeable future. Now, what stands out to me with Bobby Witt Jr., obviously we know the offense has been really good, and he's a menace on the base paths when it comes to stolen bases, but the defense, he's the best defensive shortstop in baseball, and it's not particularly close either, which is evident here by his baseball savant numbers. I don't know if I've seen that much red in all 3 categories that I am right now. I mean, look at his range. Outs above average, he's in the 100th percentile. He's got a cannon of an arm as well. It's in the upper third. It's in the upper quarter, I should say. And the sprint speed, he's the fastest guy in baseball. There's no other way to put it. He's the fastest guy in baseball. He's got 16 stolen bases, and he's making the base pass look like they're 60 feet apart. And that's how fast he is. That's how great his instincts are on the bases. And I want to zero in on one particular play that he made right here against the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's take a look at this. So Davis Schneider hits it in the 5-6 hole here. Beautiful backhand by Bobby Witt Jr. Then he unloads a cannon across the diamond. Great stretch by Vinny Pasquantino as well. Got to give him credit on that. But this is a one-run ball game, and he's making plays like this look effortless. And that's the one thing with Bobby Witt Jr. He just does these things on a nightly basis that not many players have the capability of doing. And Yeah, it's not just his offense that makes him special. It's not just his defense. It's the all-around play, which is evident by this graphic right here. He's good at everything. He's just a great all-around baseball player. And I said I don't think there's 8 better players in the league right now than Kyle Tucker. I'd be hard-pressed to find 4 better players than Bobby Witt Jr. And for some of the newer MLB fans that don't really tune into the Kansas City Royals, I don't blame you. They've been a dumpster fire of an organization for the past couple of seasons. But he's made them relevant again, and he's spearheading this playoff push that they're on right now. But like I mentioned in the intro, it's not just Bobby Witt Jr. It's not. And they're getting contributions from everybody. Let's take a look at some of the pitching that they've been getting this year. So this is Seth Lugo, the ERA leader in the American League. And I'm not sure how many people had that on their bingo cards coming into the year, but a 1.74, an 8-1 record, 72 innings pitched, and a whip under 1. He's been as good as the Kansas City Royals could have hoped for. And Lugo has been one of the steals of the offseason. He signed a team-friendly deal. He's looked really good in his time here with Kansas City. And there was a lot of talk coming into the season about this guy right here. And that guy is Cole Ragans, who is not having the greatest of years, struggling a little bit with his command, but you could see the strikeouts are there. And they got this guy in a trade from Texas. He's been really good for them, and he's going to be a Cy Young contender for the foreseeable future. And Cole Ragans is one of the nastiest arms in the league today. Their bullpen has been really good with John Schreiber and James McArthur in high leverage situations. I mean, they're just getting contributions from everyone up and down in this lineup. Their offense isn't great. It's kind of middle of the pack. Salvador Perez has been doing a lot of the heavy lifting in the middle of their order. Michael Massey has been a really nice surprise for them as well. But it's the pitching that has just gotten them to where they wanted to be. And that's been the most impressive part about this team. It's Bobby Witt Jr. being the superstar that he is, constantly getting better as a player. Because we remember in his rookie season, he was playing a lot of third base, playing some shortstop. He was struggling defensively. He really was. And then his metrics got exponentially better the next season. So that just shows you that he's not satisfied. He wants to be the best player in Major League Baseball. And he's definitely headed in that direction. So it's been great to watch. He's a lot of fun. I could definitely say that right now, he's probably my favorite player. Bobby Witt Jr. is probably my favorite player. Just the way that he plays, it's always 100 miles an hour. You know what you're getting out of him. He's never going to dog it down the first base line. He just plays the game the right way. And he's going to be a Hall of Famer if he continues this way. And before we wrap up here, I just want to touch quickly on the news that came out yesterday by Major League Baseball, and that's John Gibson. Let's take a look here. Negro League Statistics will be integrated into the MLB database beginning tomorrow, per Bob Nightingale. So this already happened. That was a tweet that was published last night by Major League Baseball. Josh Gibson will now be MLB's all-time leader in batting average, slugging percentage, and OPS. I've seen some mixed reviews about it thus far, but I'm happy about it. I think it's the right way to go about it if you are Major League Baseball. And I'm happy to see the Kansas City Royals doing well as well. They're a very fun team to watch. Very young group that is homegrown and doing all of this damage together. So it's great. It was a good day in Major League Baseball yesterday. We'll be back tomorrow with another upload. So make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to hit the like button as well. Thank you so much, and enjoy the baseball, folks.